Hi, welcome to the wastewater treatment facility. My name is Bob Van Moor. I am the facility superintendent. I've been here about 39 years. We have a staff of 13 people here at the treatment plant. You'll be able to see them all in the video here. We are staffed 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We have probably an average of 2.8 million gallons a day of wastewater we treat. That's equivalent to about 1 billion gallons per year. So we have no way of shutting that off. We have to keep treating it. Very expensive process. Our annual budget is about $5.5 million per year. We don't get any tax dollars for that. Our revenues are all generated by wastewater user fees. Those are the bills you see in your Marshall Municipal Utility monthly billing. There's the wastewater portion. That's how we are funded.
Welcome to the wastewater facility. My name is Scott Trudson and I'm the assistant superintendent. My job is to manage the operations and the maintenance of the facility. We use a computerized maintenance management program to do that, and I have 4 plant operators who do the day-to-day operations. Today, I'm going to take you on a tour of the wastewater facility and show what's going on. I'd like to introduce Troy Stanton. Troy is one of the plant operators. How long have you been at the plant?
Just over 3 years.
All right. Today he's going to be using a sludge judge to take a core sample of the primary clarifier. Basically, the primary clarifiers are where all the raw wastewater come into the plant and the solids are separated out. So Troy's going to find out just how many solids we have in the bottom of these tanks.
My name's Bob. I've been with the city for 37 years. I'm a laboratory technician. So to ensure compliance with our discharge permit into the river, we have our own certified laboratory, which is what I run. I'm doing an oxygen demand test here. These bottles have been various dilutions and then incubated for 5 days. And then I measure the oxygen content as they come out. So as I said, our main goal in here is to ensure compliance with our permit.
My name is Scott Prisabella. I'm the technical operator here at the Marshall Wastewater Treatment Facility. We're standing in front of the ATAD complex where we treat the solids that come into the treatment facility. Less than 1% of the flow that comes into the plant is solids. And we basically break them down using oxygen and a lot of mixing. It heats up on its own, gets to 145 degrees Fahrenheit. And we break it down so we can land apply the solids. And there's a lot of technology that we use. Everything is automated here. Computers and sensors control the pumps, so we conserve electricity. It's a really complicated process, but with the automation that we get and that we have, it makes it easy. The biggest pump that's in there is a mixing pump that takes liquid out of the tank and discharges it back into the tank through a jet header. And as it does that, it's sucking in oxygen, and blowers are blowing air into the pipe, which breaks it down into small particles so it can be absorbed by the sludge. We get a dissolved oxygen in there, which feeds the bacteria, which then consumes the waste that's in there, and it breaks it down into smaller, more basic particles. Ammonia is one of them, and ammonia is a form of nitrogen, and nitrogen is a building block of plant life, and they will be using that on the farm fields. By treating the wastewater, we're putting a good quality product back into the river. It's safe to recreate in the river, so that's what I like about my job.
Okay, we're out here at the long-term biosolid storage tanks. We basically have 2 large harvester style tanks. Between the two of them we can hold 3¼ million gallons of biosolids. Basically we produce biosolids as we treat the sludges in the ATAD, and we have to store it. So typically in the fall, that's when we apply. So for the rest of the time we're storing in these tanks, and there is some work that's to be done here. The guys are working. Troy's here again. You met Troy. He was sticking the primary clarifiers early this morning. And Travis, you want to poke your head up? This is Travis Wells. How long have you been here, Travis?
Just over 3 years.
Just over 3 years. We're working on a Philadelphia side mixer. Basically what this is, it's a motor with a boat prop going inside the tank. And when this is being used, that prop is going to be spinning and it's going to be pushing the biosolids around the tank, keeping it equally mixed. We do have a lot of equipment out of the plant, and a lot of it's expensive. I mean, some of our pumps are like $25,000 each. A big part of this job is to get as much use out of that equipment as we can. I mean, we're very consistent with changing oil, adjusting things, so we want to get the maximum amount of life for the city as we can out of this equipment.
Welcome to the collection side of the wastewater treatment facility for the City of Marshall. My name is Larry Pofley, and I am the Assistant Superintendent for the collection side. I have a group of 3 men that help me out to do all the collecting of the wastewater in the City of Marshall and get it here to the plant for the plant facility operators to treat. To do this, we run with a lot of miles and miles of sewer line, and we also have miles and miles of storm lines, which the storm water ends up making it to the river eventually. So with that, my primary job is to assist and dictate which lines and which stuff we work on as far as lift stations, all the underground sewer lines that we have miles and miles of, the maintenance of the lift stations, the maintenance of the lines, and later on you'll see the people that do most of the work and bring it out here to the city for them to treat.
This is our biosolids program. This is what the equipment that we use and the tanks that we store our biosolids in after the ATAD treats the wastewater. We have two 1.675 gallon tanks that we store our biosolids in. We haul it out to the approved sites, farmers' fields, for fertilizer. It's awesome nutrients. We use the 2 semis to go to the ag chem, which stays in the field. And we haul anywhere from 2 to 8 million gallons per season.
All right, another part of our biosolids program, as well as using the semis and ag chem to haul our biosolids to the field for nutrients for the farmers, we're going along with new technology. The other 2 major components of our drag line system is what we call the hose cart, which holds up to probably 8 to 10 sections of 660 feet 8-inch hose and 2 sections of 660 feet 5.5-inch hose, all hydraulically driven to lay the hose out or pick it up. Right beside this piece of equipment is what we call the boost pump. This pump runs a 325 horse diesel engine, which it in turn uses a Cornell pump, which pumps the biosolids from the tank right to the applicator that you seen earlier, which is pulled by the tractor. Hence, peritoneal direct deposit from the tank right into the ground.
Hi, I'm Karna Dwyer. I've been here for 32 years, and I'm the office assistant receptionist. I answer phones, take messages, do data entry for all our reports that go to Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. I do timesheets, keep track of all the training certification, and answer any questions from the public.
All right, we're here in the Zabox odor scrubbing room, and I'm going to introduce Steve DeBates. Steve is one of our plant operators. Steve, how long have you been at the plant now?
About 23 years.
23 years, holy cow. Steve's got his arm deep in the Siemens odor scrubber. Basically what this device does, it has a media in it, and we promote the growth of bacteria in here, And we take basically the stinky air from the preliminary building, blow it through this media, and we add nutrients and water to feed the bacteria, and then the bacteria consumes the odor-causing agents. So basically it's to make us smell better. There is some work and some maintenance to do with it. As you can see, Steve's working on the nozzles in here. I think he's about ready to pull one out. We'll take a look at this. So there's about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, about 8 of these pipes in there that all have nozzles in there. They're basically shooting the water and the nutrients down onto the media. And the media is basically just like a rock, porous rock. And then the bacteria just grows on the rock, and as the odors go through, it consumes the organics in it. And that's how the system works.
My name is Mark Bullock. I've been here 3 years with the City of Marshall. Prior to that, I was in the Air Force and retired. Right now, you're at the beginning of the plant, a wastewater plant. It's called the preliminary building. And what happens is the water comes from the lift stations, and it comes to what is called the Parkson, this machine right over here to my left. What it does is there's a bar screen on it, and it collects all the stuff that is flushed through the toilets that isn't dissolved. Turkey feathers, flushable wipes, and personal hygiene products. Also behind you is the grit system, and anything that isn't caught by the bar screen, we have a pump that pumps it around in a circle real fast, and it collects like sand and other particles. And all this stuff, both from the Parkson and the grit system, is emptied by Waste Management. So I'm going to show you how we clean the Parkson, or inspect it at least. When all the snow melted this spring, we had an influx of water. All the stuff that was sitting in the bottom of the pipes collected and came to us really quickly. There was a lot of debris. This was overflowing. I would come in a couple times a night to clean it out. So anyways, it's pretty simple. I'd probably do a more thorough job if it wasn't just for TV today. So over here is all the water that comes in. We want to check the pH, make sure it's not too high, that the industries aren't sending us too acidic or alkaline water. So we have meters that we check and clean and then calibrate. It's just down in the water stream. As you can see, it gets full of flushable wipes and whatever else, personal hygiene products. So we take a real high-tech toothbrush and we'll clean the bottom of it so that we get a good reading. And then monthly we'll calibrate it using buffers.
Hi, my name's Roger. I am with the City of Marshall Wastewater Department. Been with the city for about 12 and a half years. And this is our televising van, set up with all of our televising equipment. The primary job of the televising van is to inspect sanitary sewers. We look for trouble spots. We do pre-construction inspections, post-construction inspections. We also do storm line inspections. It's found to be a very valuable piece of equipment when we can find all the problems, basically all the problems in sanitary lines, by getting the camera down in the line and getting a good visual. Plus, if we have hidden manholes that have got buried somewhere along the line, we can find those. People's private services, if they need to know where they are for trouble spots, anything along that line.
I'm Brian. I've been with the city close to 11 years now. My job is to run the jet vac truck. We clean sanitary lines and storm lines. We have just shy of 100 miles of sanitary line. Like I said, this is the Vactor jet combo. Hose reel on the front, that's the jet part of it. That cleans the line. The tube up on the top, that's part of the vacuum unit. You'll run that down into the manhole and then vacuum out any debris. That's how we clean the lines.